everybody. So this February gave us an extra day to try to fit in all of our reads. So let's go over real quick what I read for the month. Started out the month with Winter Song, first book in a duology, mainly about the girl and her family and her interactions with the Goblin King, who grandma and brother believe in, but the rest of the family, not so much. Actually, that was a 4-star. I was actually a little more impressed with it than I thought I'd be, but not a bad way to start the month. I followed that up with Vespertine by Margaret Rogerson. Oh, Winter Song was by S.J. Johnson. I don't think I said that. Followed that up with Winter Song by Margaret Rogerson. This was my first 5-star of the month. Absolutely loved that book. It's got a little bit of a medieval feel to it. YA in name only. Obviously, all of these, feel free to check out the reviews. But I thoroughly enjoyed this one. Can't wait to read more by her, see what's coming in the future. I also finished Womb City. This one was by, and I'm going to try to say this right again, Tlotlo Samasi. Pretty sure I got the Tlotlo right. I'm not sure about the Samasi. This one was weird, but it was a good weird. It got 4 stars. Very sci-fi. Very... Read the book. Read the book. That's all I got to say on that one. Followed that up with A Place for Vanishing by Anne Freystadt. Another 4-star read. YA meets Gothic horror. Really thoroughly enjoyed this one. Can't wait to see more by her. And then I finished Rebel Skies by Anne Se Lin. Again, hope I pronounced that right. This is book 1 in a series. This one is definitely a little more YA. But again, another 4-star read. I had a really good month, that's all I'm saying. Followed that up with Tag You're Dead by Catherine Foxfield. Another one that's a little bit YA, very futuristic. I say it's futuristic, but there's a whole lot of stuff in here that could actually happen in today's life with what we have going on with VR headsets. I know how to speak. You know what I'm saying, and things like that. But this one was another 4-star read. Thoroughly enjoyed it. A little bit of a murder mystery there. Fun book. Actually, you know what? I skipped over a couple. I actually read 2 more by Margaret Rogerson. Sorry about that. I read Enchantment of Ravens and then also Sorcery of Thorns. Sorcery of Thorns actually does have a follow-up, so it is part of a series-ish. There's a novella that I haven't read yet. Both of those were 4 stars. Both of those were YA books. Those were actually her first 2 books that she'd written. And of course, the reason I read 3 by Margaret Rogerson is because we also had an interview with Margaret. Feel free to check out that. She was a delight to speak with. Loved both of those books. And I mixed in there was a very, very, very short story, although it did come as its own little book, called Children of the Bedtime Machine by Robert McCammon. Robert McCammon's my boy. I love almost everything by McCammon. This one was a 4-star. Totally worth it. It took me less than an hour to read this book. It's short. It's short. But it was so good. And I don't know why it skipped over that. I'm flipping through my Goodreads here, and I scrolled past a whole bunch. And then the last book that I've actually finished for the month is I finished The November Girl by Lydia Kang. Finished up the month with a 5-star. Not going to complain about that. I've got the review coming. I would have posted it by now, and you'll find out when you hear about it, hopefully. I am trying to get permission from the owner of a certain song if I can play it during the review, because it very much ties together. Still waiting to hear back on that. If I don't hear back from them soon, I've got a non-music version that I published. But that one was a 5-star. The Witch of November, if you're familiar with that whole mythology. Kind of where this one goes. I gotta say, I have not been disappointed with anything by Lydia Kang so far. So that is what I read. What am I currently reading? I'm finishing up 3 books right now. Book of Night. I'm actually finishing up the arc, even though the book came out 2 years ago, because every once in a while I find something hiding in the bottom of my TBR pile, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot to read that. But I am enjoying that one so far. This one's definitely going to be shaping up. Unless it goes off the rails, it's going to at least be a 4-star. I'm currently reading Book of Love. The Book of Love Book of Night was by Holly Black. I'm reading the Book of Love by Kelly Link. I'm actually listening to that as an audiobook. First of all, the book must be chonky because it's a really long audiobook. It's also the jury's out. I'm too early in to make a decision. The jury's out on this one. Somewhere between a 3 and a 4 is what I'm guessing, unless it gets janky at the end. I haven't decided yet. And then the last one I'm currently reading, I'm reading The Skinless Man Counts to 5. It is a collection of short stories by horror writer Paul Jessup. As with any collection of short stories, there's some that I'm like, and there's some that like, okay, I love this story. And obviously when the review comes out, we'll get more to that. Books that I'm guaranteed, and I'm never guaranteed to read too many books. I am guaranteed to read his other book. I want to say Glass Castle, but I don't want to be wrong. Hang on, Paul. Sorry, I don't want to lie. Glass House. Glass House, I want to read that one by him. I've already got that. That will be read because I will be interviewing Paul next month. Obviously, Gryftkin.com, Gryftkin. You can see who's going to be coming up and who I'm going to be interviewing. Like I said, I'm going to do didn't do my talking exercises. I'm finishing up The Skinless Man Counts to 5, and I'm also going to read Glass House before that happens. The other book I'm probably guaranteed to read because I'm doing an interview early in April is I will have read Mickey 7 by Edward Ashton. I'm interviewing him next month. And then I'm also going to read Mal Goes to War. That's the book that is coming out. I think that is it. So if you're looking for any of these books, the only ones I'm reading right now that I don't think are out yet is Mal Goes to War. That's an arc. And The Skinless Man Counts to 5. That doesn't come out till next month yet either. So both of those, any of the other books that I've read, I believe you can find on the shelf. But that is kind of my February wrap up. Nothing below a 4 on the reads so far this month, which I always count myself lucky on that. Bookended it with a couple of 5 stars, which, as always, love to see. And, had a really good author interview. Like I said, repeating myself, but Margaret was a complete delight. Love her books. And as I told her, every book that I've read of hers has progressively gotten better. So I cannot wait to see what she comes out with next. I think I was teasing her to probably be next year because she seems to publish a book in like 2017, 19, 21, 23. She does the odd years. So I'm expecting a book from her next year. Anyhow, still love hanging out with all you guys. Love checking out all the other booktubers out there. I watch the same guys you guys do. Patrick, Mike, John, Brian, Murphy. Can't forget Murphy. Starting to watch Tory Tekken a lot more too. Tory Talks. Yeah, Tory Talks. Sorry. I got Talking Story and Story Talks for booktubers, and sometimes my brain can't keep up with me. Who else have I been enjoying lately? Oh, Bookborn. Bookborn's a blast. And I just started watching, hang on, let me look at my subscribed YouTube channels. There's one other that I've been doing a lot lately. Oh, can't forget Philip Chase. Duh. And Brian Lee Durfee, who's never found a accident he's remembered to edit yet. If you follow Brian Lee Durfee, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The Shades of Orange. Her name is Rachel. I don't know her full name, but I've been enjoying. She does a lot more horror stuff. I've been enjoying her a lot lately. And he doesn't come on enough, but go read books. I love that one too. So that is all I've got. Like I said, I got a couple of interviews coming up over the next couple months. Obviously, you can go check out the Margaret one right now, or the backlog. Anybody that you missed, Martha Wells, Shauna McGuire, Jim Butcher, they're all there. William Kent Kruger and Brian Freeman, because, I don't always do fantasy sci-fi. But thanks for hanging out. Hope you enjoyed this. And again, obviously, the reviews will be dropping as I finish them. The interviews will be coming as they're slated. And if nothing else, I will see you back at the end of March for the March wrap-up. All right. Happy reading. Have a good one, guys.